Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble! Y'all ready for this?
Good morning, boys and girls. As you can hear, we got our favorite math music back. We're done talking about money. So instead of doing money, I decided we need to go back to our Pump It Up math music. I love that song. It really gets my heart going. I hope it gets you going too, and that you are ready for math time. Are you ready? Okay. All right. As I said, we're done talking about money. It's our last week as first graders. So it's time for us to go back and make sure that you remember that all important strategies that we learned for how to add and subtract numbers. Today, we're just going to be talking about adding numbers, okay? Next time, we'll remember how to subtract numbers. And then on our last math lesson for the first grade, we're going to have both adding and subtracting. And part of the problem is you're going to have to figure out which one you need to do. So let's get started right here. First thing I would like to do is remind you about some of the math strategies that we learned. Now remember, it does not matter to me what strategy you use. These were ones that we learned about in class, and you are going to use the strategy that makes sense to you. Okay? Whichever one makes sense to you. So first, let's have a look at the ones and see if you can remember what they are. And then you are going to be able to do whichever one works for you. One of the first strategies that we talked about was when we're adding numbers, one of the easiest ways to add is to count on. So, for example, here, if I am adding 3 plus 2, well, then the first thing I do is I put 3 in my head. Remember this? I put 3 in my head, and then I just count on 2 more. 3, 4, 5. And that worked pretty good, didn't it? That's one way to add. And that's what a lot of you were doing when we had these smaller numbers. Another way that we learned how to add, and this is the one a lot of you used, I love this one too, it's one of my favorite, is we draw a picture. If our problem is 2 plus 1, first we draw the first number, then we draw the second number, and then we count them all together. Yeah, that's the one that a lot of us used. And this one works when we're using our big numbers too, because remember how we used our tens and our ones blocks? This one works really good. This is the one I like to use most. Another way we found it, remember when we used our number bonds? And we knew if we had 2 on this side and 1 on this side, if we put them together, that makes 3. Now, this one is more of a way to show your thinking, but it doesn't really help you to add. A lot of you were trying to figure out how to add with this. This is a way, it's kind of like drawing pictures, only it gets it organized better because I draw my 2 here and I draw my 1 here. And then I add them all up and put them in the top. So this is a great way to show your thinking, but be careful because it's not going to just tell you the answers to the addition. You're still going to have to add, okay? Some of you were confused by that one. We learned about doubles. And doubles are kind of cool because then I don't have to count again. I know that 2 plus 2 is 4. I don't have to count my fingers because I just know it in my head. So if you remember your doubles and you see it, you can just add them. 2 plus 2, oh, well, that's 4. I don't have to count. I don't have to draw. I just remember. Okay. And going along with that, if you remember your doubles, sometimes if you're adding 2 plus 3, you can go, oh, well, I know 2 plus 2 is 4. So one more would be 5. Yeah. We didn't use these strategies a whole lot in the classroom because I could tell a lot of you were getting a little confused by them. So I'm not going to worry if you don't want to use that. I just wanted to remind you that those were there. If you remembered how to use these, great. The one that I like and the one we're going to practice today is where we're going to draw a picture. I like it when you draw pictures for me because that way I can see your thinking and I know you're not just guessing. I know you actually figured it out. Okay. So here's what we're going to do right now. I have some word problems for us today. And the first one I'm going to do, and you can just watch because I know it's been a while. You just watch me. We're going to solve this problem. And then I'm going to have you get some paper and pencil because then we're going to do the next few together. Okay. So right now, though, just watch this one for me. This one says that Damien has 14 brownies. See where I'm reading right up here? Damien has 14 brownies. He and his mom bake 22 more brownies. How many brownies does Damien have now? Okay, well, now obviously I can't use my fingers because I don't have that many fingers. So I'm going to draw pictures. And as I said, that's one of my favorite ways to do this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look and see. My first number is 14. Damien has 14 brownies. Now I could draw 14 circles, but boy, that would really take a long time, wouldn't it? Let me see. That's 14. Boy, that's a lot of drawing and a lot of time. Do you remember what we were doing in the classroom the last time we were adding? Remember? How much is that? That's 10, remember? Our tens blocks? That's 10, all stuck together. They were 10 little blocks, but they were all stuck together to make one big stick. That was our 10 stick. Remember? That was our 10 stick. And then we would need 1, 2, 3, 4 more. That's a lot faster and easier, isn't it? Remember how we did that? Okay, so is that my first number? It is 14. So now I've got to look and see, what was my next number? 22. Now, do I want to draw 22 bunch of little circles, or should I use my 10 sticks? What do you think? I agree. 10 sticks. Thank you. I didn't want to have to draw all those circles either. So I'm going to draw. I've got 1 10, because how many are there? 2 10s, right? Are there 2 10s? And then how many ones do I need? That was pretty quick, wasn't it? So this is 10, and this is 10, but these are all just ones. Okay, what do I got to do now? Right, now we got to add them all together. Now remember, some of you forgot this in the classroom. Remember, we always start by counting the circle ones first. Because remember, if there's 10 of them, we get to put them all together and make another 10 stick. So I always start with my ones first. So let's count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 of them. Is it enough to make a 10 stick? Nope, just 6. So I have 6 ones. And how many 10s are there? 1, 2, 3. So if I have 3 10s and 6 ones, how many brownies does Damien have now? You got it. He has 36. Now, one thing I want you to make sure you do after each one is we're going to write a number sentence. You got to know this for second grade. So let me write my number sentence. What was my first number? 14. And are we adding or subtracting? You got it. Plus, how many more did he make? 22. And altogether, that means they had how many? 36. There is my number sentence. I want to see a number sentence at the bottom of every one of your problems. Okay? We need to know that for second grade. So make sure you've got that. Every problem we do, you're going to show me your work up here and you're going to write a number sentence. We got it? All right. Are you ready to help me? We're going to do one together. If you do not have a paper and a pencil, go get one right now. Pause the machine, go get a paper and a pencil and come back here and join me. And I'm going to clear this board off so that we can do one together. Here we go. Gone. Let's have a look at what our next problem is. I'm going to move this over here. And let's see, our next problem. Oops, hold on. Sorry, I forgot. There it is. Okay, here's my next problem. Beatrice went to the store and counted 32 apples. Then an employee, somebody who works at the store, he brought out 18 more apples. Wow. So now what we want to find out is how many apples are there now? He brought out some more, so how many are there now? That's what we're going to find out. Are you ready to help me figure that one out? You got your paper and your pencil? Okay, we're going to do this one together. The next one I'm going to let you do on your own, but this one we'll do together. So you got your paper and your pencil. Remember our job? First thing we're going to do is look for that first number. What's the first number? How many were there? 32. I want you to circle. Well, you don't have to circle because you don't have to write the numbers. I just want you to write the pictures. All right, ready? Draw with me. Show me the number 32. Don't worry about copying the words. You don't have to write this word problem down. If you want to, okay, pause the machine. When you're done writing it, come on back. But you don't have to write that. But I do want to see you doing your drawings, okay? So you got your pencil. Show me the number 32. Let's use our 10 sticks, our 10 blocks. How many do we need? How many? Yeah, look at that first number, 13 or 3. So we need 2, 3 tens, right? How many ones are there? 2. So draw 2 ones. You got that? If you don't have it, pause. But they should be pretty easy. We're not drawing 32 circles. We're just drawing a 3 tens and 2 ones. Okay? All right, let's see. I kind of covered up our number here. Let me undo that so we can see this next number. What was our next number? How many did he bring out? 18. All right, look at that number. How many tens are there? How many tens? You see it? 1. So draw 1 10 stick, 1 10 block. And how many ones are there? 8. So let's draw those. 1, 2. Count them as you go, just like I am. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did you get them? As always, if I go too fast, pause. All right, so now I have my first number and my second number. They're both written down there, aren't they? I've got 32 here and I have 18 here, right? In fact, let's go ahead and write those because we're going to need to write our number sentence anyway. 32 plus how many more? 18 equals. Now, how are we going to find out how much they equal? What do? We count them. Remember what I told you? Are we going to count the 10 sticks or the ones? You got it. Let's count our ones and see how many we have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hey, what do you see there? How many are there? Can we make another 10 stick? Let's do this. Draw a circle around all of those. Kind of make a loopy circle. Do those equal 10? They do, huh? Very cool. So how many ones are left over? Are there any? I can go ahead and write that down right here. I know there's 0 ones. How many tens are there? Now don't forget, we got to count the one we just made, huh? This is 1. I'm going to use a different color. This is 1 10, isn't it? 1. Don't forget that one hiding. 2, 3, 4, 5. How many tens are there? So how many apples did Beatrice see at the store? Did you get 50? All right. Very good. You starting to remember this? I know we haven't done it in a while, have we? You got it? Excellent. All right. Either on the same paper, you can turn it over or get another piece of paper because now we have another problem. Here we go. I'm going to clear this one off. Wait a minute. It didn't clear. Clear. There we go. Sometimes these computers just don't like to work right. All right. Let's see what our next number is. Now this one, I'm going to write it up here. And then you are going to pause the machine and you are going to try and solve it all by yourself. And then we'll come back and I'll show you how I'll solve it and you can see if you got the same answer. Are we ready? Alanis bought 25 balloons for her birthday. She bought 25 balloons to have for her party. She then goes out and buys 14 more. She wanted to have lots of balloons at her party. How many balloons, 2 L's, does she have now? All right. So now listen to this problem one more time. In fact, I'll even make it a little bit bigger. Make sure you can see it. There we go. Okay. Alanis bought 25 balloons for her birthday. She then goes out and buys 14 more. How many balloons does she have now? So now remember that last part, we're asking how many does she have now? We know we're adding them together. So I want you to pause the machine right now. I want you to draw the blocks like we just did on that last one. And I want you to solve this problem all by yourself. When you've got an answer, don't forget that number sentence. When you have your answer and you write your number sentence at the bottom, turn it back on, and then you can see if you got it right. I'll see you in a minute. All right. Did you solve it? You got the answer, right? You're not waiting to copy me, are you? You already have it? Remember, we can't learn if we don't think for ourselves. So if you're just copying, waiting for me to show you the answer, I want you to stop the machine. But if you're ready to go, here we go. All right. My first number, 25. Did you draw 10, 20, and 5? If you did that, give me a thumbs up on our movie. You did that all by yourself. You didn't wait and copy me. You did it yourself. Yes? All right. Our next number, she got 14 more. Did you draw? Did you draw that? A 10 and 4 ones? Yeah? Go ahead and give me another thumbs up if you did. Because you're not drawing. You already did it, right? Mm-hmm. You're just watching, so you got plenty of time to push the thumbs up button to show me you got it all by yourself. Now, did you then go, I'm going to use my pretty pen over here. Did you then count them? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3. 3. What is it doing? 4. Okay, I don't know why it doesn't like my 3. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 9 ones. Do I have enough to make a 10? No, I don't. Okay, I don't know why it keeps doing that. I'm sorry. All right, let's count our 10s. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go back to a regular pen because that just looks funny. How many do we have? 3 10s. And how many ones? Is that what you got? Did you remember your number sentence? Number sentence is easy. First number, adding or subtracting. Adding, remember, plus my next number. And all together they equal that number. How we doing? You got this? I know it. You guys, you are geniuses. You are so smart. You've got this. All right, so here's your job. I showed you one. We did one together. You did this one all on your own. Guess what? You're gonna one more you're gonna do all on your own. And it's gonna be over here in our Google Classroom. So we're gonna go over here to our Google Classroom. Now I have it here on this paper. You can solve it right here, or you can just draw it on a piece of paper like you've been doing. Take a picture of it, send it to me, but I want to see that you remember how to do this. Now, one thing that's kind of cool is if you do want to do it on here, let me show you a trick. See this over here? The circle and the square? This is how you can make some shapes. So if I click on this one and find my rectangle right there, watch this. I can make a 10 block. Then I go up there and I can make another 10 block. I can make as many 10 blocks as I need. I just got to keep coming up here and push the button. And look at this. I can even make my 1 circles too. Look. Boom. There's my circles. So if you want to, you can draw your pictures and solve it right here. And then down here is where you write your number sentence. Okay? If you don't want to try and draw these circles and draw these rectangles, you can either have Mom print this paper out, or you can just draw it on a regular piece of paper. You don't even have to copy the words, but you've got to show me your work, write a number sentence, and show me your work. Got it? All right, boys and girls, we've got this. We are flying high. We are in our last week. I want you to work on this because next time we come together, we are going to be using subtraction strategies, okay? So I want you to continue to have a great day, and I will see you back here in a couple of days for some more math. I'll see you back here tomorrow for some reading. Take care. Keep those hands clean. I'm so glad you're staying healthy, and I will see you next time. Bye.